And we're live. JockJive, Gil Taylor, Jake Taylor, and Robert Williamson bringing this one to you from Paxton High School. Tonight's contest is the semifinals for the 1A championship, and that we will have the Paxton Bobcats playing the other cats from Bethlehem. That's the Wildcats. As we're introducing the lineups now, action will start momentarily. And Jake, you have the lineups for us. Would you like to give those out?
Yeah, absolutely. And starting tonight, and we'll start with the visiting team first, is going to be for the Wildcats, Kobe Hendricks, Jordan Sumner, Jake Zahner, and Dylan Lee, and Hunter Lowe. And for the Bobcats, our hometown Bobcats, Zach Varnum, Connor Varnum, Hunter Allen, Garrett Bodie, and Mr. Zach Williams.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is going to be a good one. We've played a close contest, I think, with them a couple of times. The last ball game we saw, what a great game that was between the Hobos and the Malone Tigers. I'll tell you, they got up and down the floor. I don't know how this one's going to go, but if it's exciting as that first one, then we're in for a great basketball night.
I think we're going to be a little bit more technical with these two teams playing. I don't know if we'll be up and down the court quite as much as that first game was. I bet you those officials ran about 7 miles. As they were up and down the court. We're going to be probably a little bit more, like I said, technical half-court sets. We're going to probably press a little bit. You're going to see us switching in a man-to-man in a box and one. You're going to see us come out with a kind of a matchup zone at the top. Going to keep the inside, keep us down in the paint to kind of keep away from those offensive boards. As we saw, Laurel Hill, kind of dominated those boards. That was the difference of the game against Laurel.
It really was.
We don't want to be the victim of that.
No, we do not. And I'll tell you, Coach Bradley this year has changed offensive sets numerous times, changed defensive sets. So, we never know what to expect. He'll change it up several times, as you alluded to, and hope it pays off.
Yeah, and absolutely. Like senior Zach Garnham, we had him. He plays forward. He's played center. He's played point. He's played the 2 guard. His brother Connor has played from a forward to a point guard, mostly in the 1 set. But, we've rotated Hunter Allen. Hunter Allen's got it into a 3. He's played a forward. He's also been at center. So, as you mentioned, we like to rotate those guys out, especially against that zone defense.
Well, we're going to see as our action's going to start here in just a few minutes as we're preparing to get this one underway. Again, this is the Bethlehem Wildcats playing our hometown Bobcats from Paxton. And Jake, we're going to have to not be quite so prejudiced here. I know it's going to be hard for us to, but we're going to have to maybe cool it a little bit from our normal excitement. It's going to be hard to do, though.
Well, we bleed red and white.
Yeah, we do.
So
hopefully the boss listening in over here, he won't fire us for it anyway. He can't get anybody else to work for what we work for, I can tell you.
Big Zach Garnham getting in the middle, and he's going to jump against Dylan Lee, it looks like. Or no, actually, scratch that. It's going to be Hunter Lowe that has now jumped into that circle, getting ready to tip this one off.
And here we go. The officials over here. Is that Lowe or Lane? I got
that is Lowe. Hunter
okay.
Lowe.
Let me fix my sheet here if you don't mind. All right, we're good. All right, well, as you said, we got Lowe versus Varnum in the middle as the officials, I'm not sure what they're discussing right now. Maybe we've got some issues on the book, trying to get the book straightened out over here or something.
Not quite sure what's going on. It's apparently the book, so I'm not.
Okay. It's a technical that we add.
No, we're not going.
Okay. So they're not going to play.
No, they're not.
Which number are they?
Well, he won't have any. I mean, it's Ben, it's Jacob, it's Noah.
13.
Actually, we've got.
Yeah, he brought some JV players.
Didn't make it into the official book, so we can't add them and have them available
right,
to play.
That's what he was just saying. They're not going to be available to play. He's not going to add them because it'll be a technical for everyone that.
So we're not going to add them.
No, he's not going to.
Absolutely not. So it's not a big deal. There wasn't. It was just more of getting them some time in the varsity uniform.
That's it. Well, we got them going, getting ready to start now. We got Varnum jumping with Lowe as we're towing it up, Jake, and we're going to get underway right about now. And Varnum controls the tip, and here we go. Paxton Wildcats. As we got Connor Varnum to the top, gets it over down low, gets it inside, now to Hunter Allen, back to Varnum, and just like that, the Bobcats are on the board. Good ball movement right there from the Bobcats.
I hope we have that consistently tonight because Hunter Allen did great by getting his aggressive move inside and then dumping off to the weak side to Connor Varnum.
Indeed, the ball's being moved around now. Well, we do get the first turnover of the night, and here come the Bobcats with it. Here's Connor Varnum with it, top of the key, goes down low. Once again, Hunter Allen back outside now, going to kick it back out, back to Varnum at the top. And this is Zach Varnum with the 2. So the Bobcats are on top by 4 over the Wildcats.
So it's the Varnums 4 and Bethlehem 0, right?
And that's it. Hendricks now with the ball, passes it over to Sumner. Sumner getting him back up to Hendricks. Hendricks back to Sumner. Inside now, that's number 35 inside. That is Dylan Lee. Back outside, and we're going to have a travel call on Summer as he does take a little crow hop. That's not allowed in basketball, I don't think.
And good defense. We're having that matchup zone that I was alluding to before the ball game and doing a very good job of getting back into position.
Connor gets it to brother Zach. Zach tries to go inside with it. Stays outside. There's Connor running a little weave pattern. Here's Zach Williams with the shot and misses. Hunter Allen perhaps getting away with a little push off. Gets a rebound. Garrett Bodie hasn't touched the ball yet, has he? Back inside to nice put up and a layup, a reverse layup from Hunter Allen. 6-0 Bobcats. Here comes Summer with it, running the one guard now. Gets it over to the other side. That's the number 24. That's Zoner, I guess that's how you pronounce that name. Here's a shot from number 11. That was Hendricks putting it up for 3. So the first points of the night for the Wildcats. 6-3 the score now.
Zach Williams getting sucked inside there and didn't go out to his responsibility on that side, so gave an open look to Hendricks.
Inside, good look and a good pass from Zach Varnum to Hunter Allen down on the baseline.
Early on, offense looks spectacular.
I love this ball
Paxton.
movement we're getting from Paxton tonight. This ball moved over the 24. That's Zoner. It goes inside. We're going to have another travel call. Well, the Bobcats get it back.
Quickly, 3 turnovers committed by the Wildcats.
You got to love it if you're a Bobcat.
And a lot of that, the pressure of the defense, doing a great job on that matchup zone.
Yeah, that's one of the things I'm most impressed about is our late play. There's a 3 put down from Zach Williams. Nice outside shooting from the big guy. I was going to say, Jake, our defense has really picked up here late in the year in the regular season, and hopefully it'll carry through, maybe take us all the way. Zach Varnum with the rebound, and here he comes, going outside. Here's Garrett Bodie with the first touch tonight, gets it back out. Now to Connor down low. Connor going to dribble back around top of the key. Back to Zach. Zach going to go inside, trying to get it back inside to Hunter Allen. Hunter has about 5 inches on the guy that's playing him heads up, so he should be able to get the high pass and drop it in the basket.
Yeah, just a little low entry pass there. If it was a little bit higher, I think Hunter Allen would have had an easy layup.
Inside to Zach now. Zach going to turn around, take the shot, misses. Down with the rebound. That's number 11. That's Hendricks with the rebound. Nice block there as Hendricks, that's number 24 taking it coast to coast. That's Jake Zoner, denied by Zach Varnum. Oh, it's brought in. There's number 35 with it. That's Dylan Lee. Gets it over to 14 Zoner. Misses. That's 14 Sumner. Misses. Down low inside. Nice job inside. Passing from Zach Varnum to Garrett Bodie on the baseline. Reverse layup. Bodie, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
You are listening to the 2017 FHSAA Boys Basketball District Tournament on JockJive. Rights to the broadcast of this district tournament in the 2017 FHSAA Class 1A Boys Basketball Championship has been granted to JockJive by the Florida High School Athletic Association and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the Florida High School Athletic Association is prohibited.
And here we come. We're right back to the action. Paxton leading this one. Wow. 13-3 as we have jumped out to that big of a lead, Jake. The offense is on all cylinders so far tonight, and I hope that's not a jinx.
Well, that's 4 layups. Getting the ball inside with that quick ball movement you alluded to, and that's 4 layups inside. There's 8 of the points, 1 3, and then a 10-foot, 12-foot jumper by Zach Barnum, and that's your 13 points accounted for.
And as we said earlier, no fouls yet. Shot put up, down with the rebound is Barnum, of course. That's Zach. Gets a lot of rebounds because he hangs out around the goal, gets up, brings that one down. Here comes Garrett Bodie inside, kicks it outside to Zach Williams. Zach Williams drops the 3.
Second 3 for Zach Williams tonight.
Well, Zach can shoot. He gets posted up really well and gets those shoulders square. He can drop it all the day long.
That's exactly why we're doing the matchup zone, is to force them into the outside shots, and it's working to perfection thus far.
Here's the ball movement. They had another travel outside, but got away with it. Missed shot, hauled down by Zach Williams. And here come the Bobcats once again. Sumner is on Zach Barnum as we get the ball passed down low to the other Zach. That's Zach Williams. Barnum up top with it now. Back to Zach Williams down low. Inside to Hunter Allen. Once again, ball movement down inside, and Hunter Allen drops it in for a couple.
That higher entry pass that time by Williams, a little low early, but a high entry pass
every time
to the 6'5" senior Hunter Allen.
The only way they're going to be able to stop that is bring the guy across from the key and front him and back him.
Exactly right.
Well, there's the ball passed around. There's number 11 with it. That's Hendricks. Hendricks gets it off to number 35, Lee. Lee tries to go inside. Can't. Back outside to Dillon. Block shot by Hunter Allen. That's 2 blocks, 2 denies tonight from the Bobcats. One by Zach Barnum and one by Hunter Allen. Hunter's going to get a rest. And in going is Gabe Nelson.
Oh, great job by Hunter Allen.
Good defense.
On the weak
Yes,
side.
indeed.
Excellent job.
Here's a shot, or a thought about a shot. Ooh, got away with a foul there, I believe. Zach Williams, we're going to call it a block.
Letting them play. No fouls.
yeah, they
almost
are.
through the first quarter.
Coast to coast there. That's Zach Barnum laying it in for an easy 2. So far, Bethlehem coach not taking a timeout to make any adjustments. I don't quite understand why not, but he hasn't.
I think he's been a little bit puzzled, too, by the ball movement and the great defense Bobcats are playing. Almost a flawless first quarter.
Yes, indeed. Ball's being passed around. Here's number 11, Hendricks with it. Hendricks gets it off to Sumner. Sumner looks inside, goes outside. Ball's passed off. I can't see the number over there. Back inside to number 30. That's low. Back out to Sumner. Sumner going back inside with it. Ball is knocked away, and I think that's going to be a turnover. It goes off the hands of Hendricks and goes out of bounds. Bobcat basketball. 20-3 the score. Who would have thunk it?
Dylan Lee taking a break. He's going to be substituted in, and that's number 1, Trevor Mills, coming in for him, for the Bethlehem Wildcats.
Who did Hunter come in for? Hunter Allen came back in for somebody. Bodie, I guess.
No, Zach Williams getting.
Oh, Zach Williams. Yeah,
getting
there's
the
Bodie
rest.
over in the corner. The 2 big guys getting some resting time. There's Gabe Nelson with a 3.
I see you, Gabe.
That's it, brother. Good shooting outside from Gabe Nelson. There's a shot, long shot outside, missed. Round rebound is Garrett Bodie. Garrett, long pass inside to brother Connor Barnum, and Connor lays it up. Great pass from the outside, over half court from Garrett Bodie to Connor Barnum for the 2.
Just an absolute clinic the Bobcats are having in this first quarter, offensively and defensively.
There's a shot by Sumner outside, misses, down with the rebound. Garrett Bodie once again looking for the pass to Connor Varnum, but Garrett says, I don't know if I can make that pass twice in 2 moves down the court. They're going to kick back. It looks to me like, Jake, that the Bethlehem Wildcats are a little winded.
Yeah, this has been a lot of pressure put on them here in this first quarter.
Yeah, a lot of fast ball movement, getting them down the court.
That's the key. I mean, with ball movement offensively, you keep the ball moving, that goes faster than feet. Yeah. So if the ball's going around, the feet got to move even quicker, so thus tiring you out. You look inside, he stripped.
Yeah, good defense there from number 11 as he knocks it out of Zach Varnum, who had a sure layup. That was Hendricks knocking it away. Well, that'll do it for the first quarter. Bobcats all over these Wildcats, 25-3. Gil Taylor, Jake Taylor, JockJive. We'll be right back.
You are listening to the 2017 FHSAA Boys Basketball District Tournament on JockJive. Sportsmanship is having pride in your school, your team, and yourself. Sportsmanship is respect for the game and those who play it. The Florida High School Athletic Association reminds you to take on the responsibility of good sportsmanship. Play strong, play hard, play fair. This message provided by JockJive and the FHSAA.
The citizens of Paxton, its town council, and all staffers are very proud to help sponsor live coverage of Paxton athletics. In a small town like Paxton, we're simply a group of neighbors honored to be able to recognize the accomplishments of its own. This community is made up of some good people with honest, old-fashioned values, characteristics that have been passed down to the youth of Paxton School. These are hard-working athletes who are committed to excellence in every part of the game specifically and every part of life in general.
Second quarter about to begin. It's all about the Bobcats right now as they lead this one 25-3. And there's Sumner with it. Passes it off to, I think that's number 23. Indeed, that's Millette. Down inside to Mims. Should have been a foul call there of some kind, but it wasn't. Here comes another easy layup for Connor Varnum on the long pass from deep in the Wildcat territory. So another basket, easy layup. Turnover as Mims was not looking for it inside as he was posted up. There's another layup by Connor Varnum. A good look from the outside. I don't know if that was Garrett Bodie or Gabe Nelson that made that pass.
It was Gabe. Gabe coming down with the rebound.
Inside. Another missed layup. Another rebound by
Hunter Allen.
And here comes Garrett Bodie. Garrett trying to go inside, and he's going to travel with it. Couldn't find anybody to pass it off to.
The first mistake and the first turnover committed by these Bobcats tonight.
And that was just a case of, he was under control. He just couldn't find anybody to get the ball to.
Bryson Turner looking to check into the ball game.
And Zach Williams going back in.
Come back in.
There's a steal by Connor Varnum. They're going to slow it down a little bit, try to look back inside, kicks it over to Hunter Allen. Hunter says he'll take a three, misses, in and out, pretty much off the backside of the rim. And here come the Wildcats.
Now, I don't mind that shot selection, but we got to make sure our bigs are down low to be able to maybe get into that rebound.
Yeah, we had no one.
Yeah, we were spread outside.
Ball's being passed around. Sumner with it now. Trying to go inside. Sumner will take a shot and makes it. That's a three from Sumner. So that's 6 points now by the Wildcats. Bobcats 29.
It's only the second field goal made. Both of them been threes.
Yeah. Ball inside to Hunter Allen. Hunter Allen will lay it in. Uncontested for the two. Good pass down low to Hunter Allen on the baseline. Sumner gets it over to Zoner. Zoner back to Sumner. Sumner gets it outside back to Zoner. Zoner's going to take another travel. That's three travels in this first half by these Bethlehem Wildcats.
That's the 9th turnover committed by the Wildcats.
Uncharacteristic, I believe.
Well, and it's a lot to do with the defense.
Yes,
These are contested turnovers. These aren't just uncontested.
Take the ball and go with it.
Right,
yeah.
Exactly. Not just throwing it away or not pressured into those turnovers.
Well, Zach Varnum with it, top of the key now. Jake, as we talked about earlier, and he's running to one guard now. Trying to go inside with it. Here's Gabe Nelson with the three. Gabe drops down his second three of the evening.
I see you, Gabe Nelson. That's the second three. He's feeling the heat tonight. He was just calling for that basketball as Varnum gets his 4th assist.
I'd like to say hello to Hunter's dad, Alan, or not Hunter's dad, to Kurt Norris. who is Coach Norris's dad, listening up in Michigan, I think. And then we've got Alan Jordan, who is out on the
I think he's in
rig
Nebraska,
somewhere.
right?
Or
I
don't know
thought
where
he went.
at.
I thought he's working out in Nebraska, but
Yeah.
we know you're listening, and we appreciate it. And as always, first foul committed, and that was Zach Williams called for the first foul of the whole evening.
On the baseline now, the Wildcats have it, trying to find somebody, gets it out to Sumner. Sumner trying to go, looking to go inside with it. Passes it off to Purvis. Intercepted by Connor Varnum, and Connor goes in for a layup, just outruns his defensive guy. 36-6 your score. Where has this offense been? Ball's inside, he'll get fouled. That's number 11. That's Hendricks trying to go inside with it, and he gets hacked by a couple of Paxton players. I think the foul was committed by
Bryson Turner was called for that one. But yeah, if you're ever going to get hot offensively, this is the time of the year to do it.
Buddy. Shots made by Hendricks. Missed second shot and rebound by Williams. Varnum with it. Varnum passes to Varnum.
Williams' fourth rebound of the night.
Yeah, I tell you, Zach has done a great job. Young, what is it, freshman, 10th grade?
I think he's freshman.
Yeah, just doing a great job this year. Didn't get the starting role to begin with, but worked himself into a starting role. There's an outside shot, missed by Gabe Nelson. Inside pass from Zach Williams to Bryson Turner. Bryson goes in for the layup. He gets fouled, and he'll go to the line and shoot a couple. So Bryson getting an opportunity, a rare opportunity to score, as Bryson doesn't shoot the ball very well.
Not quite sure who he called that foul on. He put a 3 up, but there's not a 3 out there, is there?
No.
Or a 3-0, Hunter Lowe. That's who it was.
Missing. Zach Varnum going to get a little bit of a rest. That's a good move from Coach Bradley to get the big guy a rest. Zach, one of the seniors, all right. Bryson Turner's name is in the book. He got a point. Here come the Wildcats. Number 11 with it. That's Hendricks. Goes down low. Back to Hendricks top. Back to the top of the key to 12. That's Purvis. Going back inside to Lowe. Missed shot down. Ooh, over to the back. Almost looked to me like he got him on the head, but he got away with it. That would have been Gabe Nelson with the rebound. Gets it off to Connor. Connor's going to bring it down. Outside to, oh my goodness, almost a travel, but he didn't. That's usually not a problem. Coach Bradley saying stay still. Hunter likes to find that spot over there. That's his shooting spot. Good move there from number 11. That is Hendricks with the layup. Connor Varnum trying to knock it out of his hand, but doesn't seem to be able to get that accomplished. Pass outside and back inside to Hunter Allen. Hunter has it knocked away from him. He's going to have to get stronger on that. He's going to have to pull that in.
He got banged pretty hard.
He did. And here the Wildcats going down inside. Nice move, good pass inside. Kicks it back out. There's a 3 from Hendricks. So now the Wildcats showing a little bit of offensive promise. So they've got 12 points now.
25-point lead still. Been as high as 30, hasn't it?
I think it was, actually, yes. Well, does that mercy rule apply the whole ball game? If it starts in the first half, it goes the whole ball game?
If they get up to 35.
And here's Hunter Allen with the 3, misses. Down with the rebound, Bryson Turner gets it back outside to Zach Williams. Here's Hunter Allen, nice inside. He just uncontested goes in and lays it up.
He really feinted them pretty hard. They thought he was going to dish it back outside to Nelson, and he just goes in for the layup.
Good move from Hunter Allen as he intercepts that pass down low.
And then picks up a steal on the other end.
Yeah. Looks like Hunter going to slow it down just a little bit, take a breather perhaps. He goes inside to Bryson Turner. Bryson tries to get it out to Zach Williams, but oh my goodness, there's a leaping ability from Bryson Turner as he blocks that shot. Bryson's about 5'10" and can leap like a frog.
Well, great job by Bryson. He makes an error on one end of the court, makes up for it on the defensive end of the court.
Indeed. Good hustle. Gabe going to the outside. Trying to get it inside. There's an inside shot. And Zach Williams does not use his left hand as he will gets it blocked from inside, and then down with is the Wildcats. They turn the ball over, and now the Bobcats have it coming the other direction.
I'll tell you what, this crew from Big Bend has really let them play the first game and this game as well. Very, very good job, actually, to letting them play and being consistent.
Yeah, they surely have. Connor Williams, moving the ball around, kicking it outside to Gabe Nelson. Gabe can't get a handle on it. Had a look at it. Looks like perhaps trying to maybe look at getting the last shot, Jake. Looks to me like. We need to try and move the ball inside. Try to get that easy layup. 10 seconds. There's Gabe Nelson with a three. Misses. Down with the rebound. We're going to have a foul called. It doesn't make any difference, I don't think. The quarter's going to be over. Hunter Allen commits a foul, and that'll do it for halftime. Bobcats lead this one 39-12 over the Wildcats. We'll be right back after the halftime intermission.
We're going to hear an interview, I believe, is what we're going to
We are going to redo that interview.
Yeah.
Okay, well, tell us about it just a moment there.
Yeah,
Jake.
so Big C's going to be talking to Marty Lyons. Marty Lyons had a 10-year career in the NFL, played for Alabama, and it's an interesting interview, too. You're going to hear a lot that you probably don't know about Mr. Lyons. So we're going to kind of bring that to you right now.
What's up there, Big C?
All right, Marty Lyons. How you doing today, young man? I'm glad to hear from you.
I'm doing well.
I want to give you a belated happy birthday. Was it Sunday was your birthday and you turned an age? I don't know if you want us to tell you how old you are or not. It doesn't matter.
Well, if you tell me how old I am, I think I know how old I am. I was blessed to turn 60 on Sunday.
That's right. Congratulations. I hope you make it. I hope you have at least 40 more birthdays.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what God wants to give me, and whatever He gives me, I'm going to try to make the best out of it.
Well, all right, let's go ahead and do this. I want to go ahead and introduce you. We got Marty Lyons, who's from Pinellas Park, Florida, or Seminole, Florida, St. Pete area. Played at Alabama from 1975 to 78, the New York Jets from 79 to 89. He was a consensus All-American, SEC Player of the Year. Also was Man of the Year, which is now the Walter Payton Man of the Year, and also in the Alabama Sports Hall of Fame. And what we're going to talk about or really want to go into is the promise that you made to Coach Bryant. And you were drafted in the first round, and you won this national championship after the Penn State. You know, Penn State with the game won it, so you got your national championship ring. Let me ask you this: how did you? You know, I don't know how that. But, it was a little different back then than now. But how did you know? Or who gave you that, or how did you pretty sure know that you were going to be a high draft choice?
Well, you know what, Big C, I didn't know. I went after the national championship game against Penn State. I actually flew out to California and played in the East-West Shrine game, and then from there I went to the Senior Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And I played pretty well in both of the games, and when I got back, I started to go to a few classes, but I wasn't even, enrolled in school.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew at that time that I had to go talk to Coach Bryant. I was going back and forth with a few teams in the NFL, going in for physicals, and because there wasn't that NFL combine like there is now, where all the teams come in and you perform in front of 32 teams. You had to go to whatever team had the possibility of taking you. So I went down to Tampa, went to the Jets, went to Buffalo, went to Cleveland. And when I got back, I just, I was so far behind.
Yeah.
And I went in there and I asked Coach, told Coach Bryant I was going to drop out of school and try to get ready for the NFL. And he stuck his hand out and he said, well, promise me one thing, you'll come back and get your degree one day. Now, I didn't think it would take me 37 years, but, it's better to do it and fulfill a promise than not. And I know Coach Bryant, he meant so much to not just myself, but every one of the players that he coached. And when I shook his hand and he died in 1983, there was only one person that could hold themselves accountable for that, and it was me. And it kept haunting me that, you made a promise to a man that you loved, you respected, that has really meant so much in your life. When are you going to fulfill it? And when I went back to the university 2.5 years ago, I was fortunate enough to meet with Dr. Witt and Dr. Ken Wright, and we put together a plan that, yes, it was going to take some time, but we were going to be able to get it done. And when I went back, it took almost 2.5 years, and we got it done.
All right, I respect you, and I'm impressed with what you did there, especially 37 years later. Let me ask you this question. Now, with you, all right, you're married, you got kids, even though they're grown up, but you got a full-time job, and then you do the sports, you do the sideline commentary for the New York Jets radio network. How did you discipline yourself to do that? Because I'm going to be honest with you, if I dropped out of school and then tried to go back, especially trying to do it over the internet, which I'm assuming, is that what you did? Or did you go do it over the internet, or how did you take the classes? Or did you have to go back to Tuscaloosa?
I was taking most of my classes over the internet and online courses, and I think that everything that you just mentioned is true. I have a full-time job. I have a foundation for terminally ill children. I have 4 children. I have 2 grandchildren. All of those are excuses that you can use not to get it.
Right.
And I had put myself in a position where I made a promise. I didn't want to use any excuses. And working with Dr. Wright and Dr. Witt, I only took 3 hours during the football season.
Yeah. And
then I would take 3 hours in the off season. Then I would take 3 hours during the summer. So it wasn't that I took a full load, but I took enough of those 3 hours where I had to make and carve out time. I had to make a commitment to do a lot of reading, a commitment to do a lot of writing, a commitment to do a lot of research. And, you just have to have the discipline. Because everybody has the same amount of time in a day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you make a commitment to do something, then you carve out a time to do it. And the hardest 3 hours to get were the first 3, and the final 3 hours or the final 3 credits. When you can finally look at yourself and say, "Hey, you did it." Didn't matter how long it took me. It was just a fact of getting to the finish line.
Interesting. Well, okay. Now, what did you get your degree in?
I got it in sports marketing.
Oh, that's interesting.
And you know what, Big C, it wasn't the fact that, I needed a degree here in New York to go into my employer and say, hey, look, I'm a college graduate. I need to make more money.
Yeah.
It wasn't the fact of doing it to make more money. It was the fact of doing it and feeling that sense of fulfillment of not just getting a degree, but also the handshake, the promise.
Oh, yeah.
It was complete.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you'd never done that, that would have been haunting you to the day you died. I mean, doing that, you broke your word to somebody. And like the old saying is, your word is your bond. And unfortunately, I don't know why, but it just don't seem like people, I don't know if the mamas and daddies don't teach them that anymore or what, but it's just not that way like it used to be.
Well, I think we're times are different. And I'm very fortunate here in New York to be able to do a lot of motivational talks, not just to corporations, but I go down into the high school and the grade schools. And I always tell them that when you make a commitment to do something, it means three things. You take the words of a promise and you make them become a reality. Simply said, if you say you're going to do something, do it. The second thing is when you don't have time, you find time.
Yeah.
You know, time is the only commodity we can't make more of. Right. And then the last thing about commitment is when somebody needs to talk to you, you're there to listen, but you don't ask for anything in return. Mm-hmm. Because we live in this world now where people are willing to help you, but then they go, well, what are you going to do for me?
Yeah.
And a lot of times, a lot of the kids and a lot of the people that I work with, they just want somebody to listen, you know, and maybe they don't have that at home where the parents, you have, you know, a mom and a dad that are both working and they don't have time to just see Jimmy and Johnny when they go to bed. And, you know, we have to make more time for our kids, and we have to be an example for our kids.
I want to really thank you for being on here, and you definitely added to the show today.
You are listening to the 2017 FHSAA Boys Basketball District Tournament on JockJive. Tonight's game in the 2017 FHSAA Class 1A Boys Basketball Championship is sponsored by the Florida High School Athletic Association. The FHSAA is a democratic organization with a membership of more than 800 middle and senior high schools, all committed to ensuring that Florida's student athletes can compete fairly and equitably in an educational environment. The Florida High School Athletic Association, building leaders through teamwork, sportsmanship, and citizenship.
When your car goes on the blink or is on the brink of a blink, wouldn't you rather trust your vehicle to someone who not only knows the ropes but remembers when it was braided? Royce Johnston and Rick Whitmire at Florida Auto Service have more than 6 decades of combined experience in the automotive industry, meaning if there's a problem, they'll solve the problem pronto, whether foreign or domestic, car or truck. Plus, they have the diagnostic scans to pinpoint electrical problems. And there's 24-hour wrecker service. Florida Auto Service, 1 block from downtown on 6th Street. Call 858-3180. If you or your family are in need of long-term nursing care, Florella Health and Rehab is ready to provide the loving care to help your loved one. With a staff of quality health providers, your family will receive the highest quality of nursing care with an activity calendar that provides many hours of enjoyable participation. Florella Health and Rehab specializes in providing rehabilitation services for that time in your loved one's life when services are needed to get your loved one back up to functioning. Let Florella Health and Rehab assist you with your in-house acute rehab services.
Second half underway now as the ball's just tossed in. Paxton did get possession as we're getting this one going. Garrett Bodie tries to go inside. Does. Misses the shot there. That was Connor Varnum as the ball kicked back out to him. Turnover committed by Bethlehem, so the Paxton Bobcats will get it back from the Wildcats. 39-12 your score if you're just now joining us for the second half action. Bobcats leading this one. Inside, over in the corner to Zach Williams. Back to Varnum at the top. Varnum trying to go inside with it. Kicks it back out to Zach Williams. Going to get a shot to look at. And he does. He knocks down a 3 to begin this second half.
That's his third triple of the night is Mr. Williams.
Zach showing his shooting abilities tonight. Turnover here. We're going to have a foul called, blocking foul, and I think that's going to be on Lowe. That's Hunter Lowe, number 30, committing that foul.
They only got committed 2 fouls tonight as a team, and both of them are on Lowe.
Well, here come the Bobcats. Not a very good pass, not a good look. Very unnecessary there from Connor Varnum. Ball's outside. That's Summer with it. Intercepted. There's a nice floor pass. Good job right there from Garrett Bodie. What a great pass down court.
I'm going to run out of adjectives. That was fantastic.
That certainly was.
It's a big-time assist.
Rebound there by Zach Williams. This basket, Jake, I think will put us at the 35 mark, won't it?
Yeah, it sure looks like it.
We're going to We've got a travel call on Hunter Allen. He'll take a 3. Ball's being passed around top of the key, goes inside. That's low with it, misses. Rebound, Garrett Bodie. Garrett going to get it back out to the guard. That's Connor Varnum with it. Going to pass it over to his brother. Zach back to the top.
Connor and Hunter Allen lead all scorers with 10 apiece in that first half.
Outside, over in the corner, going to go right back to the top of the key, trying to look at something down inside perhaps. This is a very different offensive set, Jake. We're seeing now a little different play, a little bit of different movement. Garrett Bodie trying to go inside with it, gets it over back inside, and intercepted by Bethlehem. Trying to do a little too much now, too much ball movement, if there is such a thing.
We had 4 total turnovers in that first half and already committed 3 here in the third quarter.
Intercepted there from Connor Varnum. Connor going to go inside, makes the easy layup, coast to coast with it. It's going to give us a 34-point lead.
Varnum also a freshman.
Yes, indeed, and a good one, buddy. Long outside shot by Sumner does nothing but air. Saved, but passed inside to the Bobcats. Very important basket right here. We're going to have a timeout call from Coach Bradley, and we'll take a break with that timeout.
You are listening to the 2017 FHSAA Boys Basketball District Tournament on JockJive. The Paxton Boosters are proud of our student athletes. Whether basketball, baseball, softball, regardless of the sport, Paxton excels. And not only in athletics, but academics as well. How did Paxton become the centerpiece of such well-rounded students? It begins at home, is accentuated at school, continues with the extracurricular activities, and leads to successful adults. Yes, the Paxton Boosters are proud of the people we're boosting. They give us plenty of which to boast and boost.
Back to the action now as we have 4:36 remaining in this third quarter of play. Bobcats up 46-12. Passing the ball around. There's Hunter Allen with it over on the side. Back to the top to Zach Varnum. Zach not being too much of an offense tonight, but as you said, Jake, 7 assists, I believe.
Yes. To go along with 5 rebounds.
So that's what you want to see as a coach, though. You don't need a one-man show in basketball, that's for sure.
Just showing his versatility as a player.
Indeed. Well, just a little passing it around, just kind of a dull moment, I guess. Trying to make good. Of course, if they get to make this one, then it's going to be, and they miss with the 3.
Good look.
It was a good look from Garrett. I don't think that's first outside attempt he's made, hasn't he?
He made a 3 in the first half.
Oh, did he? There's Sumner down the line.
Actually, it was just a 2, my bad.
Ball's knocked out by Hunter Allen, I believe. Sumner trying to find somebody to pass it as he does into Hendricks. Hendricks found himself open and put it in for 2.
And Hendricks has 11 of the 14 points for Bethlehem.
There's a dunk shot from Big 3-0. That's the offensive power we're talking about right there.
I just don't want to go too hard and hurt his hand.
Yeah.
He's shaking it off just a little bit.
Long outside shot missed. Zach Williams down with the rebound.
We need one more point to get that clock running.
Nobody looking over there on the side. We had a couple of guys, and Zach Varnum decides he's going to throw it over there. There's 2 people there. 2 people I don't think were supposed to be there.
I looked at Coach, said, wasn't my fault. That was a good look there, Hunter. Yeah. Coach said, you ain't supposed to be over there anyway. Always coaching.
Yeah, always. Well, another turnover committed by the Wildcats. Here comes Garrett Bodie in, and that should do it. That should put us over the 35 mark, so it's going to be a running clock now for the duration of the game. And, of course, if you're a Paxton Bobcat, you really want to see that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to get a lot of break. Tank Johnson coming in the ball game.
Sanders.
Or Sanders. I don't know where Johnson
There's a three
from.
made by Summer.
It's his second three of the night.
There's Connor Varnum with it now. Looking for an exciting matchup here tomorrow night now between the Laurel Hill Hobos. Connor Varnum is just all over the basketball court. Garrett Bodie has it stripped away from him as he was going back up with it.
Tracking down the loose balls, Connor Varnum.
Yeah. Outside to Garrett Bodie. Garrett's going to try the three and misses in and out. Goes off the hands of Zach Williams. And Tank Sanders coming in. Going to give Garrett Bodie a spell. Garrett really playing hard as he has all season. I'll tell you what, Jake, I'm really proud of our Bobcats. They have played some really tough games and played really hard this year.
Yeah, they went to sleep on a couple of games this year, and that was about it. Other than that, we've really demonstrated, outkicked our coverage a little bit this year, from my opinion. I didn't expect the beauty of the game that I've seen this year.
I think you're right. I couldn't agree with you more.
Great job by Coach Bradley.
Yeah, it's just kind of revolved. Not one player. I mean, of course, Zach Varnum has been a very key player. But, it's really been a team effort, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, absolutely.
Over to Sanders. Back to the top to Varnum. Back to Sanders. Back now outside to Hunter Allen. Even another offensive maneuver by Coach Bradley. Comes Connor Varnum, going to get fouled from number 11. That was Hendricks fouling Connor. That is the second foul committed by the Wildcats. That's going to do it for the third quarter, and that'll do it for us as we'll take a pause for the calls right now.
You are listening to the 2017 FHSAA Boys Basketball District Tournament on JockJive. The Florida High School Athletic Association recognizes its corporate partners who help make the FHSAA Boys Basketball Championships possible. Grassroots, the official merchandising company of the FHSAA. Gatorade, fueling the future. Mainline Events, the official photo company of the FHSAA. Ball 4, the official supplier of championship rings for the FHSAA. Spectrum Sports Channel 47 and HD 1147. Your home for high school sports and the official television partner of the FHSAA. And Wilson, provider of the official game ball for the 2017 FHSAA Boys Basketball Championships.
And we're back. So we've got the fourth quarter action starting as his first shot, as it's brought in by the Wildcats, goes in for a three. And I don't know who made that, Jake. It happened so fast, I didn't see who made it.
I think it was Farthman. He's just checking into the ball game. I believe he buried that three.
Connor Varnum gets the loose ball on the floor, rolls over and gets it to Gabe. Here goes Connor with it. Gabe with it now. Gabe. I think Gabe hurts his back or something, looks like.
His back's pretty stiff.
Yeah. Going to get by Haley Middleton. Going to go in for it. I just named your name on the radio, but.
He's answering us like, sir.
Yeah. Bryson Turner going back in as well. And Andrew Curry. So we're going to have three subs going in here when there's a break in the action.
And that was Farthman again trying to shoot it over the 6'5". Hunter Allen says, nope, I don't think so. Stands flat-footed and takes that ball out of the air.
We're going to have a timeout called. I don't know what. Going to have a 30-second timeout for the substitution. I don't know. I guess they're going to go right back to the action, so I guess we won't take a break.
Well, it's what he was explaining was is this is on a 30-second timeout. It's still clock still continues to run. But he didn't take the timeout. So okay,
I guess not.
Here we go.
I don't think he's going to need it if he's trying to save it. There's Tank with it now. Tank going to go inside. Tank will get it in. Nice shot from Tank Sanders. He's a late move up from the JV this year, and he's going to be something to watch next year, Jake. He gets a little maturity and a little varsity time. I think Tank's going to be a great addition to this Bobcat basketball team.
Got the athletic tools. It's just going to be about harnessing and getting it into a technically sound player.
Oh, yeah. Buying into Coach Bradley's, philosophy, of course. Maybe learn to handle the basketball a little better because he kind of lost it there for a second. And we did get a turnover.
Done all right, Coach Bradley's like, Andrew, you got to move, bud.
Yeah.
Andrew was standing flat-footed and give Tank that target to throw it inside.
Well, turnover there. Zach Williams with it now. 5 minutes remaining. A turnover committed by the Bobcats. (52-20) is your score. Mims with it, top of the key. Going to take a long shot. I think you're going to call it a pass. Tank tries to come down, doesn't come down very strong with it, so he loses it. We're going to have a foul call there. That was on Sanders as he did commit the foul. Going to the line now will be Purvis to shoot a couple. And we've got Hobbs looking to come in the ballgame for the first time for Bethlehem. First shot rolls in there by Purvis. Does make it in, and number 32, Collins, comes out. Clock continues to run as the mercy rule is in effect. Second one goes in for Purvis. Now the only starter in for the Bobcats right now is Zach Williams. Haley Middleton with it now, going to his left, gives it off to Zach Williams, running just a little bit of a weave type offense. Just trying to kill some time, run it off the clock. Tank with it, trying to go inside, can't. Back out. All just being passed around, under 3.5 minutes now. Haley Middleton with it. Haley going to go back to his left now. Trying to go inside to Courage. Courage gets it blocked, and it'll go off his fingertips out of bounds. It'll be the Wildcat basketball.
Yeah, good strong move, just not quite get enough elevation.
It's going to be a turnover committed by the Wildcats now. Got Collins coming back in, and number 34, French, going out. Jake, no matter what happens, we've seen some great basketball tonight, and we're going to see even a better basketball game tomorrow night.
Oh, that's going to be.
I'm excited.
Paxton Bobcats. Last time we were in the last time the district championship was in this building. Laura Hill got us upset on the court, and it was. It was I can't remember the kid from Laurel Hill, but it was Shaq and Shaq Jackson that played here at Paxton. His senior year, going toe-to-toe with Callaway, I believe, was the kid's name. And they scored 49 apiece in that ball game.
Yeah. But Laurel Hill coming out on top of that. Big upset, actually.
So, yeah, absolutely.
We beat them both regular season games.
That's right. And then I'm hoping that history doesn't repeat itself tomorrow night.
The old saying is sometimes it's hard to beat a team 3 times in a row.
I know Shaq wants to be on self as a basketball, but he had a clear path to the basket there, so I think you need to go ahead and lay that one in.
Sanders?
Yeah, Tank.
Well, we're under 2 minutes now. This one will be wrapped up. It'll be a Bobcat win in large fashion, as they say. Bryson Turner down with the rebound. Ends up in Haley Middleton's hands, however. Once again, to say hi to Alan Jordan and Kurt Norris. Thanks, guys, for listening in. Tomorrow night ball game at 7 o'clock, right here on JockJive. It's been a fast year, Jake.
It has, and baseball right around the corner.
Oh, man, yeah. Of course, about half of the basketball team plays baseball.
We may have to reschedule a couple of baseball games like we had to do last year.
Yeah. Well, Tank just kind of held it out there, so this is indeed a learning experience for Tank, I think, tonight.
Well, Tank getting the most out of his time on the court. That's 2 fouls on him.
Yeah. Got up real high and tried to block that shot. That was on Tank, though?
Yeah, Bryson Turner was there in position, and he's the one that actually threw the ball to the wall.
Yeah. Tank
stays out of it. Johnson's got a clean block. That's going to do it. 5 seconds left. He's going to get the final free throw off the board.
Well, that's the ball game. A big 29-point lead by the Bobcats over the Wildcats.
52-23. Our Bobcats in the championship game tomorrow night against the Laurel Hill Hobos here in Paxton, Florida. And we'll be here with you on JockJive.com.
Good night. God bless. We'll see you tomorrow.
You are listening to the 2017 FHSAA Boys Basketball District Tournament on JockJive.